Hello and welcome. I just said I'd do a quick all you need to know ahead of Friday's big game against New Zealand. And Andy Farrell has named his side to face the All Blacks today. And it is as follows: Andrew Porter, Ronan Kelleher, Finlay Bealham, Joe McCarthy, James Ryan, Tyke Byrne, Josh Van der Fleer, Caelan Doris, and then the backs, Jemison Gibson Park, Jack Crowley, James Lowe, Bundy Aki, Gary Ringrose, Matt Hansen, and Hugo Keenan. And then the replacements are Rob Herring, Cian Healy, Tom O'Toole, Ian Henderson, Peter O'Mahony, Conor Murray, Kieran Frawley, and Jamie Osborne. Probably the biggest omission is Tadhg Furlong being out with a hamstring strain. Andy Farrell was asked about the injury, and he said that he had been progressing well. It had been an injury that he'd been carrying while at Leinster, but he just hadn't made it for this particular game, and just with kind of an eye in the future, it would be best that he was left out of the squad. And he was asked maybe would he potentially feature next week, and he said they have to see how he progresses, but he did seem um, pretty positive about the injury. So Finlay Bealham has come in to start in his stead, and he's played 6 games out of 6 for Connacht in the opening games for the URC, and he's played 296 minutes, an average of 49 minutes per game, and those stats are from All Rugby, which is a really great website if you were a stats nerd like myself. I'd recommend checking it out, and I'll link it in the description. Also, another choice that Andy Farrell was questioned on was Gary Ringrose over Henshaw. And he just mentioned like there was a lot of close calls with a lot of the players. But I think with Henshaw in particular, it was just the lack of game time that came into it for him, having only recently came back for Leinster. Ronan Kelleher is also back for the first time since the 5th of October, where he went off against Benetton. He played 11 minutes in that game and he went off. So he seems to be back fit. Also, kind of a testament to kind of the injuries that Ireland has been carrying in some key positions, particularly like hooker. Farrell said, "It's great to see a number of players back from injury, which is a testament to their diligence and the superb work of the medical team." Farrell also discussed Johnny Sexton's role as a consultant to the Ireland squad, but he kind of played it down a little. He said like he was popping in between his very busy schedule. But he said that potentially there might have been like chats between himself and Caelan Doris about the captaincy and things like that. He was also asked about Peter O'Mahony's reaction to Caelan Doris being made captain. He had previously been captain for the 2024 Six Nations and the tour to South Africa, but he said that Peter had taken it well, and he'd often used his kind of like attitude as an example to the rest of the squad, that he's kind of professionalism and his like no nonsense, just get down to the job kind of attitude as a really great example of a good professional rugby player. Also, Peter's back obviously from injury. He played in that game against the All Blacks A side, and he seems to be back fit and ready to go against the All Blacks, which we all know he loves to do, loves to go against. Just looking at New Zealand, they've won 4 out of their last 5 games. Their last loss was to South Africa back in September, and their last time out was against England last weekend, and there was just 2 points in that one. And actually, England could have stole it with a drop goal. However, George Ford missed his attempt. Uh, Despite the close scoreline, there was actually 3 tries to New Zealand and just 1 to England, but it came down to penalties. New Zealand gave away a lot of penalties, 11 penalties to 6. That's something they'll try and work out and bring those numbers down against Ireland, I imagine. They've also been hit with some injury blows themselves. Bowden Barrett's been ruled out, and Cody Taylor also. They failed their HIA, so they won't be featuring this week. As a result, Safo Amua will be brought in to replace Cody Taylor at hooker. He has 17 caps, and he started against USA, Fiji, and Japan. And he had a decent game against England. in open play, but however, his line out success was at 80%. So I think that'd be something that James Ryan, Joe McCarthy, and Ty Burn will be looking to potentially exploit. Also, I found a nice quote from Amua in the New Zealand Herald that I kind of related to, not on a level of being not on a level of throwing balls into the line out, but on a personal note. For years, it was hard. I don't think I'm there yet, but I'm a lot better than I was coming through. Early days, I hated it when we kicked to the corner. I always suggested the scrum. These days, I'm like, please click to the corner because it's an opportunity to score a line out maul try. So kickoff is at 10 past 8 on Friday, and the referee is Australia's Nick Berry. If you're in Ireland, the coverage starts at 7 p.m. on Virgin Media One. If you're in the UK, it's on TNT Sports. Also, if you're in Ireland and you want to listen on the radio, it's available on RTE Radio 1 from 8 p.m. on Sports Extra. The weather is looking good. It's meant to be about 11 degrees, dry, only about 25% chance of rain. So all around looks like a great night for rugby. Well, I cannot wait. I'm going to be at the captain's room tomorrow and I'm going to be at the game on Friday and I will be bringing you updates from both. Thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment, maybe something that you want me to talk about. But other than that, thanks for watching.